Chapter 3. I'm sailing the boat. The sea is steady, for now, but there seems to be a tension in the atmosphere. I feel it before I see it. There's a storm brewing on the horizon, miles away, but getting closer. My grip on the steering tightens as I prepare myself to face it. There's no room for panic. I have to save the boat no matter what. People on it are counting on me. My eyes flick toward the bow, and there he is, Gray. He's at the anchor because it's him I trust to keep the boat from drifting, to keep us grounded and safe. I can feel my heartbeat rising as the storm is almost approaching now, the wind howling louder and the current growing stronger. My hands are steady on the wheel, and it takes all my strength to steer us away from the impending danger. I am convinced we made it through until I see Gray letting go of the anchor. Panic instantly claws at my chest, and it's not long before the storm crashes into us like a beast unleashed. The sails strain, the deck tilts, the sea rises mercilessly. Then, suddenly, there's stillness. The ship is perfectly intact. The sea is calm. Everyone is safe. It's almost as if I imagined it all. Just a nightmare. And yet, something isn't right. It's how the ship looks to me now. Distant. As if I'm no longer on board, but watching it from afar. Like I'm a ghost, witnessing her own life pass by. The wheel is still turning, but my hands are no longer on it. Someone else is steering the boat now. And Gray is still in his position, but he's no longer my anchor. Just like that, I watch the boat drift farther and farther away, leaving me all alone in the endless, monstrous sea. Then, without a warning, I am in my nightmare again. The storm returns. Only this time, it's not hitting the boat. It's hitting me as I catch myself drowning in the water. As soon as the realization hits, so does the bone-deep, unbearable cold. I shiver helplessly. No, this is not how I'm supposed to go down. But the waves are unforgiving as they rise and fall mercilessly. My arms move in desperation as I try my luck with amateur swimming. But my efforts are pointless as I can feel myself sinking deeper and deeper. I try to reach for something, to hold on to anything, but my hands are numb. I miss that numbness the very next second though. As my face submerges, the cold pierces through my skin like 1,000 needles. I gasp, but my oxygen is completely cut off, and I am now suffocating. I am screaming inside as my lungs are on fire, but no sound escapes. Suddenly, I'm consumed by nothing but pain, excruciating and endless pain, until everything goes dark and my body feels lighter again. Once again, I lose the ability to feel. Only this time, I'm gone with it too. I don't remember all the details. What exactly happened at the event, or how I even made it back home. It was only much later that I was told I'd had a panic attack. Here's a fun fact. I once read that panic attacks can come frighteningly close to what dying feels like. I thought that was crazy at the time, but now that I've lived through one myself, I can say, not so crazy after all. Unfortunately, I do remember everything that came next. I received a phone call from the product manager the next day. The first few moments went by with getting formalities out of the way. He asked if I was doing okay, like he actually cared. I already knew what was coming, but that doesn't mean I was prepared for it. He ended our collaboration, citing a breach of contract. I may not have directly damaged their brand, pulling that stunt at the event, but he claimed I was still at a breach of contract, failing to disclose the situation with the stalker. Nonetheless, all I heard, I no longer embodied an image suited to represent their brand. Gray did his best to convince me that this was for the best, that after everything, I should take some time to recover, to get better. The detective's call came next. I was told to delete my account and stay off the grid for a while, at least until they had some leads on the stalker. I nearly wept like a child when I almost hit delete. It felt ridiculous, crying over a social media account. But this was more than that. Years and years of my life. Looking back now, I realize I had spent more time in that online world than in real life. And now, an unsettling thought quietly creeps in. Who am I without it? The final blow, the deepest cut, came when I realized that the last post on my account was not even mine. Here I was, still trying to hold on to my life, and someone else was already taking my place. Her post had gained so much attention within a matter of a few hours. She found a way to voice her opinion, piggybacking off the very community I had built. One comment on the post stood out in particular, from the same girl who told me I inspired her. Only now she was praising the stalker's caption, calling it subversive and inspiring. After I saw that, hitting delete didn't feel so hard anymore. And just like that, my account was gone, wiped clean. The vacuum that followed was immediate and undeniable. So much so, for a moment, I wondered if I ever existed. My husband, the detective, everyone thinks I'm safe now that the stalker can no longer reach me. But this is when I feel her presence the most. Only this time, not in her words, but in her silence. Can't they see she's already done the damage? I was forced to step aside from my own life, pushed into a path of loneliness and uncertainty. And deep down, in my gut, there's a dreadful feeling I can't shake. She's not done. Something tells me this wasn't her endgame, just the place she needed me to end up, so she could finally begin.